Some whole shit. I text that ass again. Tell them boys to give me 150 M's. I'm coming. Know what I mean? When I start streaming out that, yeah, niggas start talking that, stop it, knock it off, cuz.
Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. You see what I mean when I start streaming out that? Yep. Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia tell the guys to give me 150 M. I'm coming.
Ryan Garcia can't beat Tank Davis, and he knows that. He knows it. He knows that. He shared the ring with him. He knows that.
Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia are once again in the heart of the boxing world, and this time the stakes are bigger than ever. In March 2023, these two stars offered spectators a spectacular confrontation. So stop talking and stop it. Next toe. Ryan Garcia is unable to defeat Tank Davis, and he is aware that he shared the ring with him. He also knows that their fight in Las Vegas didn't live up to the hype. It broke records, brought in millions of dollars, and left fans even more excited. Now, the prospect of a rematch has fans even more excited, especially in light of concerns about Saudi Arabia and unresolved business. Their first fight was significant for a reason. It wasn't just two talented fighters facing off, it was a clash of personalities and fan bases. Garcia tried to overwhelm Davis with a barrage of blows early on, but Davis's composure and patience demonstrated why he is nicknamed as Tank. The battle was over after a massive knockdown in the second round, but the narrative was just getting started. By the seventh round, it was all over when a cunning body blow knocked Garcia to one knee, and he was unable to beat the count.
He wouldn't fight me because I'm moving up. I'm not doing 140. I'm going 147. I can't make fucking 140. I never even technically fought at 140. I fought every time at 143. My body can't literally go lower than 140.
You wouldn't fight me because I'm getting better. I'm going from 140 to 147. I've never actually fought at 140. Instead, I've always fought at 143. My body simply cannot drop below 14.
He's crazy. He's crazy. Talk about rematch. He said I was the best at 135 to 42. He said that. Say he won't fight me again. I'll kick his ass.
Garcia felt that the weight cut and the rehydration clause were major factors in his defeat, and he has been vocal about it ever since, claiming the fight wasn't on fair terms and putting a lot of effort into getting a rematch. That event was one of the biggest in boxing history, breaking records for ticket sales and earning both fighters tens of millions of dollars. Garcia recently increased the ante by showing up at Davis's most recent bout, sporting a jersey that read, "Rematch me."
If they not on some host, I text that ass again. Tell them boys to give me 150 M's. I'm coming.
He's crazy, Ryan. He's talking about a rematch and claimed that I was the best from 135 to 42. He stated that he wants to fight me again and that I'll kick his ass again. That wasn't just a claim, it was a challenge. Naturally, Davis noticed and didn't keep quiet. He took to social media to make it clear that he's open to a rematch, but only if the price is right. Davis demanded $150 million to return to the ring with Garcia, saying, "If they are on some S, I'll tax that ass again. Tell them boys to give me $150 million, I'm coming. Tell them to send that bag and I'm coming." Hopefully, he'll fight Ryan again.
And then after what Ryan did in upsetting Devin, I don't even usually care to talk about numbers, but that's a fight that does over 2 million pay-per-view buys. That fight could be Mayweather De La Hoya territory now. Okay. So I think that fight might be the biggest fight in boxing.
The demand raised eyes. If they don't want some, I text that ass again and tell the boys to give me 150 M, I'm coming. In any case, it got people talking. And then suddenly, some fans felt it was absurd, while others thought Davis was simply being savvy. After all, their first fight was a huge success, so why not ask for more? Saudi Arabia came into play. Davis's demand has apparently been met by Turki Sheikh, a prominent person in Saudi Arabia's entertainment industry. Sheikh is renowned for bringing major events to Saudi Arabia, and this rematch may be his next big move.
Yeah, 140, I'll feel strong. I'll feel fast. 140, I'm coming for you. We're going to be cool, We're going to be cool, and it was a great fight. I hope to get a rematch one day. Obviously, I got to pile up some wins, and hopefully we'll meet down the line again.
And then, after what Ryan did to upset Devin, you know that I don't even like to talk about numbers, but that fight could be Mayweather De La Hoya territory. So, yeah, I think that fight might be the biggest fight in boxing. The idea of holding the fight in Saudi Arabia is controversial. Some say the country is using sports to divert attention from its human rights issues, while others point out that fighters only care about the huge paychecks Saudi events offer. And yet, whether you like it or not, the offer is there, and it's difficult to imagine Davis and Garcia turning it down. A fight in Saudi Arabia would be a global event, attracting fans and money from all over the world. But Garcia faces another obstacle. He was suspended after testing positive for a banned substance after his fight with Devin Haney.
Yeah, I can't do anything. My mind, I can't. I told him, like, even in the back, I was like, dude, my legs feel weak. Everything feels weak.
Even after that,
because they didn't let me rehydrate the right way. So when I was there, I was like, damn, my legs are weak. I'm hitting, but I don't feel strong. It's my dude, I'm in for some shit right now. I was like,
yes, 140, I'll feel strong. I'll feel fast. 140, I'm coming for you. We're going to be cool. You know we're going to be cool. And I hope to get a rematch one day. Of course, I have to accumulate some victories and hopefully we'll cross paths again later. However, the suspension lasts until April of this year, so any rematch will have to wait until after that. Let's face it though, the rematch isn't just about boxing skills. It's about pride and unresolved business. Garcia feels like he was cheated out of a fair fight the last time, while Davis sees it as another opportunity to prove he's the better fighter. The bad blood between them adds to the drama, and fans can't get enough of it physically.
I'm going to beat this guy, this guy, this guy. I'm going to get so big that Gervonta has to fight me. And we're going to do it on the right and fair terms. This is how fair I am. Although I'm going to be bigger than them, which I am, I'm going to be a fair, honest man in the new negotiations, and we're going to do it right, and I'm going to beat them, and then we're going to solidify that, and it's going to be...
I informed him that I couldn't do anything on my own, and even in the rear I thought, dude, my legs feel weak. Even after that, I still feel weak, because they didn't allow me to properly rehydrate. I was thinking, damn, my legs are weak, even though I was hitting. For some __, I'm in. At the moment, I thought that the two combatants' contrasting styles made for an extremely thrilling clash. Not everyone is certain that this rematch will live up to the hype, with some arguing that Garcia is too preoccupied with making excuses and not enough on getting better. Davis, on the other hand, is known for his patience and knockout power. He doesn't waste punches and knows how to finish a fight. Garcia, on the other hand, depends on his speed and flashy combinations. He is explosive and unpredictable, making him dangerous.
Like one of one. We had the 5th largest gate ever in history of boxing. That's like gonna be hard to top. I think the rematch with me and Tank would go crazy.
Want to defeat this individual. Some believe that Davis's demand for $150 million is merely a means of avoiding the fight. But most boxing fans agree that when these two step into the ring, magic happens. If the fight does take place, it will be one of the biggest events of the year. I'm going to get so big that Gervonta has to fight me, and we're going to do it on the right and fair terms. This is how fair I am. In the new negotiations, I'm going to be bigger to them, which I am, but I'm going to be a fair and honest man. The tail is more important than the money at stake, which would be outrageous given Saudi Arabia's involvement. Will Davis establish himself as one of the greatest fighters of this generation, or will Garcia turn things around and prove he's better than the first fight showed?
Reaction to Tank retiring.
He's retired?
So he said.
Nah, he's not retiring. It's a lot of big fights to be made out there, and Tank knows that. I don't think he's gonna retire, with a lot of unfinished.
Fans are left to speculate as to whether Davis will stick to his $150 million demand, how Garcia's suspension will affect his performance, and how Saudi Arabia's involvement will shape the event. Whether you love them or hate them. T and I thought, one of one, we had the 5th largest gate ever in boxing history that's going to be hard to top. I think the rematch...
Retire.
Are you losing the love of the sport?
What changed? What made this shit trash? Garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Matter.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when we saw you at the...
From me and Take would go crazy. If it happens, it will answer those questions and more. These two fighters are skilled at drawing large crowds and generating conversation, and it appears that they will repeat this year. However, there is more to this year than that. We will be watching to see if Tank Liv keeps his promise to retire, even though he seems sincere about it. Devin Haney has recently spoken out on this.
I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, West, though. I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be...
Response to the Tank's retirement. He's retiring, but what said he wasn't? There are a lot of major battles to be fought out there, and Tank is aware of it. I don't think he'll retire, with a lot of unfinished business. Devin Haney's lack of faith in Devin, given the business and legacy ramifications for both fighters, Davis's retirement announcement makes sense. However, Haney believes that Davis is using this as a ploy to garner attention or leverage in negotiations for his retirement. which seems ridiculous at this point given the number of upcoming fights that could cement Davis's legacy and increase his wealth. The harsh reality that boxing money and unresolved rivalries have a tendency of keeping competitors in the game is the source of Haney's confidence that Davis won't quit. At 30, Davis is still one of the sport's most marketable stars, and it seems premature to give up on marquee fights like a rematch with Ryan Garcia or a super fight with Haney himself. How are you going to retire? The upcoming fight between Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. is another aspect of this story. Some fans have questioned Davis's choice of fights because of his solid but relatively unknown opponent, while Davis's knockout power and star presence are undeniable. What changed was trash garbage. If you had the chance to sign a Prosper for GTD, who will be Dante? Something should have happened during this time. When we saw you at the event, I saw critics of Davis AR argue that his career has frequently lacked consistency, and that retiring before fully marking that milestone is not possible. Can you explain that to me, please? Proving himself against the best of his era could damage his reputation. His detractors contend that he has been very picky about who he fights. While a bout against Roach could boost Davis's record, it doesn't change the argument that he has shunned really risky bouts, especially in the lightweight class. At 26, Haney has already established himself as a two-weight world champion and wants his name to be mentioned in the same context as Davis Shakur Stevenson and other elite fighters of this generation. His dissatisfaction is clear.
I mean, talk to me.
It's boxing. You can't swim without getting wet. You're going to get hit. I got hit.
I felt like the time